late, people. I'll try and be better with the camera. All right, here we go. That's what I got. Oh, shit. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Um, yeah, going by my thumbnail, or the title, I should say. Yeah, it sucks that we lost Diggs. It is. There's no getting around it. What up, Willie Vassar? I took not a lot. I took some flack from, you ever played sports at a high level? What's up, Crystal? This type of stuff happens. Listen, we've had a lot of injuries in practice. So I'm not by myself with my opinion, and we just got to investigate. And then hearing Jerry Jones this morning, Jerry Jones said the same thing. He's not saying we're practicing too hard. Diggs got hurt on a one-on-one drill, very athletic type situation. They do these to stay, like when you don't play a lot of preseason, these are the type of drills that you need to do during the week of the preparation for a game. So this is our 5th ACL on this team. Some people suffer them in games. Tyler Biadasz, I'm hearing, has a chance to play. Thank God. And I agree with you guys. I think we will be okay. But and that's the one position. I would say that and safety are the two positions, and D-line, but I don't know, safety and corner, we had some room. Now, nobody's going to come in. Nobody's going to come in and be a Bland. Excuse me. Nobody's going to come in and be a Stephon Diggs or a Trayvon Diggs. I'm getting all these alerts about this tropical storm. We should be okay, but this shit sucks. Cowboy Mafia, that's all I was saying. And I had a couple, I think there was 3 or 4 Eagle fans, say, hey, fly Eagles, fly, LOL. Life sucks to be a Cowboy fan. We're all taking receipts. Nobody's given up the season. Like I told Mark, I'm allowed to be upset and absorb it. And, I'm a Cowboy fan. Once I sleep on it, wake up, start thinking about all the pieces we have to be able to fill in. Because you can't replace a ball hawk. Now, Jerry Jones made a statement this morning that they think they're going to be okay. You can't replace his ball skills, but I'm surprised he said this. He did say Diggs will gamble, but he goes, it's those type of gambles that pay off. Whereas Bland will cover just fine. It just sucks because of yeah, exactly. That's what Jerry was saying. Now, here's where it's going to hurt, people. I'm really kind of hoping that Eagles is busted up on defense. They are, Willie, but where it's going to hurt is when we play teams like the Eagles. I agree, Lord Nova. DaRon Bland is a very good replacement piece. He is, Kevin. I want to get into that. But when we play the Eagles, what made us so successful was being able to put Diggs up on A.J. Brown. So that's why I'm kind of hoping that Mukuamu could step up. Because I don't know that we can count on Jordan Lewis for a full complement of plays this week. He was on a pitch count last week. And if we play dime, which is, I think 6 corners, you're going to need Bland and Jordan Lewis to play both slots. Right? So, I'm hoping Israel, like he did in the playoffs, he's a bigger guy, can match up against the likes of A.J. Brown. I would say Israel over Nahshon Wright when he's healthy. Nahshon Wright, good special teamer, but not the most fundamental when it comes to covering, especially, it gives you effort, but that's my thing. When we play dime defense with all those corners, you want to have Jordan Lewis and Bland in the slot. Now, Bland can play some outside, but he's not the best at it. Remember, we had to get Xavier Rhodes last year to help with the outside? So, it definitely hurts. But we're the one team that could probably handle it the most. Now, most of you guys were in the chat last night. Did you see the game last night? The Niners aren't that scary. Brock Purdy isn't that scary. Now, I say the same thing about the Eagles, but the Eagles are going to be 3-0 most likely, and the Niners are 3-0. So it's not really how you look now. Remember, I told you guys at the start of the season, it's not so much about winning the division, which I want to win the division. I would say DaRon Bland is more physical than Diggs. Possibly. Like I was telling you, it's not that I don't win a division. Obviously, I want the 1 seed. There's only one team that gets a bye. So if it can be me, I want it to be me. That greatly improves your chances. But more importantly, being healthy and playing well going into the playoffs is the most important thing. I'm still holding out hope for that number 1 seed. NFC does not impress me this year. Obviously, you got the Niners, you got the Eagles, you got us. Are you that worried about Washington to go wire to wire? Are you that worried about Tampa to go wire to wire? I think Tampa comes back to earth this week. They weren't last year. We could have beat them last year. Yeah, lady, and I think they're less, their record doesn't say it, but just my eyes tell me they don't look as good as they were last year. So, we'll see. We got to play them in 2 weeks. A little over 2 weeks, we got to play them. So, but Alina says, do the cornerbacks have the speed to cover speedy receivers following the seat? Yeah, we should be fine. I even like Egbenogany, game time. When we play the Niners, we will know how we are on the corner with Bland because Niners didn't look good to me. Excuse me. And the Eagles losing to the Bucs. Willie, I don't know that they're going to lose to the Bucs. I don't have any faith in Baker Mayfield. I'm just being honest with you. I'm going to pick the Eagles. If the Eagles lose, then I'd be surprised. This really comes down to push your interior defensive line are getting. If they kill the pocket. Linda, yeah, ultimately, that's the key. If our defensive line can get pressure, it makes it easy to cover on the back end. You don't have to cover nearly as long. If we don't lose anyone else important, we should be able. Lady Libra, and that's the thing. We lost them after week 2. But in the same respect, we lost them before the trade deadline, and we have a few weeks before we have to make a decision, right? So that's another positive. If we keep winning, but it's looking not great out there with any of these guys playing the boundary, I'm not saying the slot. We know Bland can play the slot really well. We know Jordan Lewis can play the slot really well. If Bland can slide out and play the boundary, then we're good to go. We got backups. We got McQuamu. Back to work. Stay positive. Peace. All right, Cowboy Mafia. I'll talk to you later, my man. But yeah, that's where we're at. And we have plenty of time to assess whether we need to go outside the organization to get a corner. Thank God we have this depth. But, I'm allowed to be upset. And Mark's like, oh, you're giving up. I'm not giving up the season. I'm being reactionary. What do you want me to be, a robot and say, we're still good? This doesn't hurt. Trayvon who? No, Trayvon Diggs. It's my guy. He came out hitting after he got that contract. Week 1 was incredible for Trayvon Diggs. 2 forced fumbles, lighting people up. So I don't know about that whole being more physical than Trayvon. Trayvon was making business decisions before he got paid, and I don't blame him. So I think we're going to be good. I really do. This game doesn't bother me. It may be close for a little bit because it's an uncommon opponent. We never play good in Arizona. Stay tuned for my official pick tomorrow night, but we're going to score in the 30s. Book it. We're scoring into the 30s. And we ain't giving up 20, so I'll leave it at that. Bland is legit. Hey, Cowboy 36S or 365. I hope so. I told Phil one of my worries coming into the year this year was Bland having a sophomore slump. So we haven't really heard about Bland too much. So what up, Jay Smooth? Thanks for hopping on my side last night. I really appreciate you. I'm still trying to work out the kinks now, and I can't. Even though I'm muted, I watched it back and realized I wasn't muted on the OBS side. So I got a lot to figure out. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Trying to keep it fun. But Mark likes to talk. Right, Mark? You like to talk, big guy. I was trying to get Loyal some instant airtime, but he was falling asleep. Game time. Good God, we didn't let Jordan Lewis go. Thank God. Willie, that's the moral. The moral of the story is, at least we got Jordan Lewis. We all forget how decent he is. And I'm out on Anthony Brown. I keep hearing, oh, bring back Anthony Brown. He's been let go by 2 teams. He's coming off an Achilles, people. Like an Achilles for a defensive back or a receiver is like a 2-year injury. It just is. Hey, game time. Can I have my runs back, please? Hamid. Very possible. It's very possible, my man. And as soon as he gets his wrench back, he's going to be like, yeah, fly, Eagles, fly. Sorry about Diggs. It's still a corner on the... Yeah, Bradley Roby, Dexter Jackson. Everybody keeps bringing up Byron Jones. Byron Jones tweeted out, what up, So Over It? He tweeted out 2 years ago that he's retiring and he's banged up because of injury. Now, I don't know if he really wanted out of Miami, but game time. Do not give that ranch back, please, Willie Vassar. See? Hamid. Dexter Jack. Who's... Oh, yeah, Dexter Jackson. That's what I just said. Oh, Dexter Jackson. What did I say? I said Dexter Jackson, didn't I? I don't know. I'm losing it. But, yeah. So, it sucks, but we got to turn the page. Like a win or a loss. I'm telling you. We're going to lose again this year, people. I hope we don't. All right, Lord Nova, I got you. I am getting lit up by a couple people saying everybody's got wrenches. I'm like, I just started the channel and doing content. Alina, do you see Iggy getting some snaps? I like Iggy. Iggy. I like Israel Mukuamu. That's what I was saying. I kind of like him on the outside more than Bland and keep Bland in the slot. You know what I mean? And bring Jordan Lewis in, too, to play, because we play a lot of dime defense. You're going to need both of them in the slot. So you're going to need another outside corner. That just, now, and like we're solely relying now on old man Stephon Gilmore, who I really like. But it just puts a little strain that I was hoping we wouldn't have to worry about. But it is what it is. We're going to be fine. But yeah, me and Phil, tomorrow night on Primetime Phil, brought to you by Primetime Studios, will be doing our live preview show. And then we're going to be streaming on Primetime Phil. Yeah, Hamid, that's exactly right. You are where you need to be, under control, Willie Vassar. He wants you under control, Hamid. Hamid, you got to be, just show up for a while and be cool. You know, you could be an Eagle fan. Suns missed. Oh, I'm getting alerts from NBA here. I thought, like, Hamid stopped following me. I lost a couple subscribers, but sometimes people who discontinue their Facebook, but then I gained a few more back last night. It's weird. Let me go back, Linda. I didn't get a chance to see it. I think Dallas offense is scoring. This will not be bad. Tough to lose great players, but this help should build your team. I get it. In due time, Hamid. Right now, you got to pay your penance. You upset some people. That's why I tell everybody, I can give everybody a wrench. I expect the channel to have twice as many people. I'm not just giving everybody a wrench anymore. I told everybody that. But let's not worry about wrenches right now. I'm not even monetized. It's going to take me a few months to get monetized. And even when I got monetized, and we ain't talking a lot of money. I just need to, when I go away with Mark and stuff, I need to open up an account to where I could claim it on my taxes, because I'm spending a lot of money going to games. It's not like I'm getting money, but I'm spending money. But this year, my youngest, I'm not gonna be able to claim them on my taxes anymore, so I might be taking a hit. So anything I'm spending when I go away, I need to make sure I keep record of. But let's see here. What do we got? So the Cardinals have a firing sale. The stage is set for Deion Sanders to be the next coach of the Cowboys. He might bring those triplets. Pioneer? I don't know, man. I wouldn't say I would hate it. Let's put it that way. Hopefully it's another 4 years. Hopefully we have won a Super Bowl by then. I'm thinking this year or next year, we would need to win a Super Bowl. So let's just stay healthy here. Let's just try and stay friggin' healthy. When you think about it, you got John Stevens. Hey, Ruben Walls, how are you? John Stevens, our rookie tight end, tore his ACL. DeMarvion Overshown, who just had surgery, tore his ACL. There's another receiver, David Durden, tore his ACL. Logan Motorsports, what's up, my man? And yesterday, Diggs tore his ACL. That's a lot of ACLs. It is what it is. I understand. And, the surgeries have only come. Yeah, the rehab and how they handle it is, that's the part that changed. But the surgery is the surgery. There's only so much they could do. They get, so it's going to be, this is really going to test anybody who tears their ACL. It's like starting from ground zero again as an athlete. The mental stress that it puts on you is not good. But what's good is that Diggs is going to be around his teammates a lot. Yeah, Diggs will probably get a surgery in 2 or 3 weeks after the swelling goes down. Deion said he will never coach in the NFL because coaching players that make a lot of money don't listen. Well, he should know, right? And he was a Hall of Famer, but he would know. Yeah, but if you throw enough money at Deion and he can play and he can have his kid on the team, I wouldn't rule it out, like Pioneer says. I would not rule it out. Oh, I'm seeing all these Jalen Hurts jerseys riding around, these kids. Money talks. Maybe not the Cowboys, but, I wouldn't rule it out. I absolutely would not rule it out. But yeah, a lot of interesting games. I know, I see a lot. Well, grass or turf doesn't matter anymore. I don't think so. I think where turf hurts you is just rebounding. All right, let's go over some highlight. There's only one game of the week. There's only one game against two 2-0 teams, and that would be the early Monday night game. Tampa plus 5.5 at home against the Eagles. That's the only game of the whole week where two undefeated teams are playing. So it's kind of crazy. I thought there would be more, but there's not. So Dallas's line dropped to 10.5. It was 12.5. So Diggs is worth a couple points. Yeah, week 3 doesn't look great. That's what I was saying, Logan. Yeah, Hamid, I think the Eagles are going to win. I don't know that you're going to spank them, honestly. But, I'm not real up on a Tampa. Not going to happen game time. Dion will not be able to bring his boys with him. The NFL is at least. It's tough. That's the one thing about in college. He can recruit the best players and get most of them. The NFL, it's not that way, You're right about that. You guys will beat Arizona. I assume so, Logan. I was happy with what Micah did. Basically, telling Trayvon that you are my brother's keeper. We will not let you down. They're going to play hard. You can only take so many of those hits, though, as a team. That's all I'm saying. You can only take so many of those hits. Meaning injuries like that. Season enders. If we can keep the rest of our corners healthy, even if they're banged up and miss a game here or there, fine. Just no major injuries. But keep our defense intact. Keep our O-line. We have a little room for guys to miss a game here or there, as you already saw. But as we play these better teams, Niners, Eagles, Washington, I hate to say it, Washington's a better team. Their defense is for real. I don't know that their offense is, but I was wrong. They're better than the Giants. I can tell you that now. So, this division's no joke. So, division is no joke. The league should reevaluate this offseason process and balance the transition into regular season to help keep his injuries down. You know who I blame, Linda? I blame. That's what happens, Hamid, when you start winning. I kind of blame the players' union too, Linda. Because they want to limit how much they do in the off season, and then when you ramp it up, teams get fined if OTAs are too rough or you're doing too much. You have to stay limited, or you're going to smack everyone. I love it, man. Win for Trey. I like it, Ultra. The players' union. Can't even talk today. The players' union has come out. Good to see how real Washington is versus. Yeah, that'll be a good game. I'm interested too. But the players' union is at fault as well. They want to keep these guys down. I get it. The wear and tear is real. I'm not saying it's not, but a lot of soft tissue injuries, and I think they're from inactivity. But I don't know, man. Diggs was in great shape, so I can't blame his particular injury. I just mean if we're going to blame, I think everybody can blame. I wish they would add the second bye. Mark brought it up. I've been saying it. Let's get them likes up, people. We got 28 people in here. All you got to do is hit this little guy. Come on now. Does anyone remember the Giants DBs? I do. But I wish they would add the second bye. As soon as the NFL is over, there ain't nothing until March Madness. And that's like, we could afford to stretch it out a little more. Like Mark said, you play that Thursday game, you should get a bye. Or, you know what I mean? have the bye, then play the Thursday, or vice versa. You know, there could be an easy way. Stretch it out. The NFL will get an 18th week or 19th week, I guess, right? If there's 2 byes, because there's 18 weeks, 17 games. So just make it 2 byes. Gilmore, Bland, Lewis is the top 7, a cornerback. Yeah, I'm not panicking. He said not to panic. I don't watch March Madness. Well, I used to watch it more, but I'm just saying there's a dead zone in watching anything after the Super Bowl. You see, I remember they all hit like trucks also. What's going on? South Tex, what up? But when players get injured in the preseason, we lost our mind saying why play. And I agree, Bobby. No Thursday's games, move on to Saturday. Well, I think college takes Saturday. But it would help the Thursday game to add a second bye. But Bobby, not saying preseason. I'm saying they even limit how much we could do at OTAs, you know. But I was just saying, you know, we put these guys in bubble wrap, and then they're getting hurt in practice, Bobby. Game time, all I want is the first round bye. Willie, there's only one team who gets the bye. I hate Thursday games. Bad. Me too. From Super Bowl to NFL draft, I just watch college players and focus on our draft. Yeah, Ultra, I'll be going to the draft in Detroit. I really had a good time, and I was a novice at doing this. Me and Phil, like streaming on the go. We could sit down and do a show. But the great thing about DQ, he will explore all outside talent if Bland. And that's the thing I was saying, South Tex, before you hopped in. Yeah, I know, Bobby. I think both sides are to blame. Let me see your comment again. Yeah, we have a few weeks to see what's going on before the trade deadline. But like I was telling everybody just wants to put Bland on the outside. But we play a lot of dime. And if you're playing dime, you need Bland in one slot. And you need Jordan Lewis in the other slot. And I like the fact that Mukuamu can play outside. So we have a lot of options. We got Eric Scott, young Eric Scott. We got Benogany that we got from Miami who plays outside. Linda, if you add the second bye week, it would take the Super Bowl into March at the beginning, which would be good and not add. Well, that's what I was saying. League makes money and more players get proper. That's all I'm saying. Why are we in a rush? Plus, we could possibly set up better primetime matchups, too, when you have more weeks. You know? You could probably work the schedule a little better. You know, I know the NFL doesn't want to have weeks like this week coming up where there's only really 2 games. We love the Cowboys, but I don't think a lot of people care about the Cowboys in Arizona. Marquee game is Eagles and Tampa, and I'm looking forward to Washington and the Bills. Calling it now, Cowboys should try to pry away J.C. Horn to recover a first-round pick. What do you mean? Noah was a former first round, and he's better CB than Joseph. Absolutely. Calling it now, Cowboys should try to pry away J.C. Horn. How are we gonna get J.C. Horn and get a first round? I don't know. Help me out, the Ultras. Carolina needs picks. All right, I got you. I'm like, how are we doing that, man? Sounds great, but how are we pulling that off? Is it time for football season when your off season keeps you alive? Pioneer, I hate when football's over. Even last year when Dallas was out of it, after the Super Bowl, it was like, I hate the Pro Bowl before. I'm sorry, I just do. I'd rather have the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl, but that's just me. Carolina needs a pick. Carolina needs a first round pick. Man, are we giving? He's always hurt. Is that his name? J.C. Horn? Yeah. Kevin Leffert, that's what I was saying. He's always hurt. But they really loved him. So, you know, 49ers weren't too impressive against the beat-up Giants team. South Texas, I said the same thing. They didn't show me a lot, but like the Eagles, they're still 2-0. I'm not going to sit here and go, well, who did you beat? Because that's all I hear is we didn't beat anybody. And unfortunately, I'm at my limit. I can stay a few more seconds, but I got to roll. But we play who's on our schedule. Yes, they did, Ultra. So, I don't know that I agree with it, but they did. Yeah, he's hurt now. I know. And I think it's a pretty substantial injury. Not season ender, but like a hamstring. We don't need Horn. That's ridiculous. Ultra just wants to get everybody. We play on our schedule. Yeah, it is what it is. That's what I mean. I only defend the Cowboys. So I will throw it out there just in defense. But you can only play who you can play game time. I am calling it now, and you may not agree, but Baker is going to win the game because Eagles secondary is not good. Willie, I'm not saying they can't. Willie, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying I'm not picking them. So, but all right, guys, I'm at 31. The bells are going off at the post office. Oh, we got a stationary event. Game time is sitting more than a half hour. That's the government for you. I will talk to everybody later. Thanks for checking me out. You just make sure you keep your notifications on, because when I go, I might start going live on the way home from work if I hear something, or if somebody ticks me off. So I like to have that option. So, all right, everybody. I'll see everybody later. If I don't come on today, I'm working tomorrow. I'll have a lunchtime chat tomorrow. And, of course, tomorrow night we're streaming. Peace out, everybody. Late.